here's how you can get to the moon and back in Space Flight Simulator. You can either build your own rocket like this, or you can click the three bars, example rockets, free stage rocket, and once you do that, you can go to other and then place the landing legs near the bottom of the top part, and then near that there, but then just flipped. Now you'll need to turn all disappears. You turn off your rockets, turn to a 90-degree angle, and wait till you exit Earth's lower atmosphere or whatever, and then once you get to the fully dark part, and past the gray, you will be able to. You should. The light gray area, it could burn up in the atmosphere. If you feel tangled out, just go to stage part 2 of the rocket. Then soon you will get a full orbit like that, but as I said, it needs to be fully in the dark parts. Here you need to be careful because your orbit can just go off into space if you're not careful. But once it gets fully into the dark, you go to the moon, press navigate, and then time warp somewhere near the transfer window. Like this. Once you're at the transfer window, you turn your rocket to that angle and then turn on your engines like that. And now you just wait for your orbit and the dotted lines to match up. That's when you'll be able to count it. But yet again, be careful because you can accelerate too far, and then you might be able to get out of Earth's pull. And as you can see here, now you just time warp and watch your rocket just go there. And now, but because my rocket is a bit off, I'll be turning on my engines until just wait for it. That line over there, the escape escape and you encounter the dot in the middle will hit the moon. Just like that. And once it does, turn off your engines and then time warp till you're in the moon's atmosphere. Well, not really atmosphere, but in like gravity range. Like that. Then need to turn your rocket away, but first it would be good to make a quick save. But please subscribe for more tips like these. Yeah. If you fail, you can just press quick load and then you'll be back to this part. And now I'm just accelerating, but I don't want to get too close because as you can see in the top right, my velocity is too high, so I need to lower that a bit. But at the same time, I still want that line to be within the moon's area, like that. And then put my rocket at full power. So it will be able to slow me down. But yet again, I still want that line to match up and go into the moon. So you can guarantee I'll be in the moon. Not then land on the moon. Sorry about that. So then I just turn the rocket away, and here it seems I could be landing somewhere in between or near the Copernicus crater and the Ocean of Storms. Cool names. I might either be in between or into one of them. Right now I'm just trying to slow down a bit because my velocity is over 300 meters, and once I get pulled by the gravity of the moon, it should be around like less than 100 to ensure a safe landing. So right now I'm just trying to get my velocity lower, but at the same time, you see that oval thing? I'm not trying to get past the middle. Like you see, you will be seeing a dot in the middle. I'm trying not to get past that because then I'll end up on the other side of the Copernicus crater. But it doesn't have to be exactly 100 meters, just near 100 meters. I personally don't like getting past that line because it's a waste of fuel there. So you just press here. I'll just be time accelerating till I think I'm far enough for that overly line not to get me. And soon, like now not that far away, I'll be pulled by the moon's gravity, which means a higher velocity. But I need to first get to that point, and I'm trying to play it cool here because of the oval thing with the dot. I did not want to. Because if you go over the dot, you'll be sent the other side and it will be a waste of fuel. Right now I'm just trying to get here. I'm getting pulled by the moon's gravity. And here you can see the lines on the side of my rocket. It's not good to have those because that will make like a more dangerous landing. Because you'll be moving to the side and at the same time you're going down. But here, when I said the dotted line, the equivalent to getting off the map is getting pulled up or getting pulled down. Getting pulled up is not that good because, well, just waste time. Right now, I'm hoping the second stage can at least get me landed to the ground. But right now, I'm trying to either slow down or get my angle right. Because as I said, you'll be moving like sideways while going down, which would be really hard to land because your rocket might break, and that would be very bad. Yeah, very, very bad. Here, if you want, you can create another quick save. But yet again, please subscribe for more things like these. Yeah, so I'm just trying to, right now, get my height on the top right a bit lower, but at the same time keep my velocity on the top right low as well. But the higher the velocity, the quicker you get to the moon. But the quicker you get to the moon, the more chance you'll crash. That's bad. So here I'm at the height rate. And now here's how I want to, this is the part you would try get the slower velocity, because if you don't, you will very quickly crash into the moon. But my second stage didn't get me to the ground, which is a bummer. I turned that engine on. Somewhere around here you'll be able to hear my second stage of the rocket explode, which kind of is okay because that's fuelless, and because it's fuelless it's useless. So I'm just continuing to go down, but at the same time slow my velocity. I'm getting real close to the moon, about 800 meters off the moon's. And here you will need to slow down your velocity, because if not, it's gonna skyrocket and then you're gonna crash, probably break your engine as well, which means no getting back to Earth and being stranded on the moon, which is bad for the people in the rocket. That's very bad. Right now I'm trying to get my velocity up a bit, but at the same time try shrink it. Try keep it like under 10 meters per second. That's good. To ensure you won't crash, it would be under 3 meters a second, but that's slow. Yeah. I think it can go under 5 meters a second and still be fine, but I'm not sure. Now we're about under 100 meters off the ground. Now, if you haven't slowed down your velocity already, that's bad for you, because and here's the ground. I'm trying to get a safe landing and try not to crash here. Just turn it off and on really quickly so that you won't fall or break anything, and I've landed on the surface of the moon. Follow the guide completely. You also, but then I'm turning my landing legs off, and here's the getting back on Earth part. So you just press I can't say the word for some reason, but navigate to the Earth like that, like we did to the moon, and then the dotted lines will reappear. Yeah, you just want to have your rocket boosters on in that direction, your rocket. You can turn on your acceleration. No, not acceleration, your speed. And here you'll be escaping. Here, and it shows here you might get into an orbit around the Earth, which kinda is bad, but at the same time it's kind of good because it will bring you closer to the Earth after time orbiting around the Earth. But yeah, you'd like to time warp where you're closer to the Earth, the side where you're closer to the Earth, turn your rocket to the Earth, and then turn on your boosters. And then you the new encounter 9, but in the middle there's kilometers. Yeah, that dot is meant to also go into the Earth, like it went on to the moon, and then you will eventually be able to go into the Earth right here. Ignore the other lines, so just your line counts the most once it hits the Earth. You can turn off your engines, and then just wait, but that's a waste. But that would be a waste of fuel. So don't try not to get your capsule or parachute heated up. If those like explode, it's over. Your capsule explodes, you have no control. Your parachute explodes, you can't seal down to the Earth. If the heat shield explodes, which it shouldn't, because it's literally meant to protect you against the heat when we enter Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, you're screwed. But once you get like down to under 250 meters off the ground, then you can put your parachute on. If you try to do it before that, you'll just say you need to wait till you're under 250 meters. But yeah, my rocket is just there, slowly descending into the Earth, and then 2,000 meters after your first parachute deploys, at 500 meters, it should fully be released, which means your velocity slows down even more. You can just time warp faster. You can time warp till you're off the ground, and yeah, you get the moon landing achievement, but also the higher orbit achievement, and you can check them here. I got all the achievements now, but I also got 1 out of 3 moon achievements. I didn't know there was a moon orbit. Maybe next time we can get that, but moon tour, that would be extreme. That's how it says. But yeah.